or Scrabble or whatever. But you know, we're married. We actually should try to be nice to each other, right? So I'm actually working on it. In fact, our counselor told me that I was making great strides, but he's like, you know, I can't say the same thing for your wife. So I guess I'm kicking her ass in marriage counseling too. Woo! Yeah! And I rock at therapy. This is $25,000 worth right here. It's a lot. You know what's the toughest part about being married? It's dealing with the constant whining and complaining. I need a new outfit. I want to go to dinner. I need money. Eventually, my wife tells me to shut the fuck up. Hey, I got needs, people. My wife's kind of a hippie. She's into, tarot card reading. Are you into this? Past life regressions? You're a hippie? Really? Well, my wife figured out that we were married like 200 years ago. Yeah. First I thought it was pretty cool, but now she's giving me shit for stuff I did in 1776. She's like, you weren't at the Continental Convention? You were hooking up with that tramp Betsy Ross again, weren't you? So, we're in our 40s, my wife and I, and we already have a couple kids, and she doesn't want to have any more. So she is totally obsessed with safe sex. In fact, she's instituted the abstinence program into her marriage. Whenever I ask for sex, she's like, waiting for true love. Because I'm worth it. The other night I asked for sex, and she's like, why don't you go beat off in the shower? So I took her advice. Now I'm banned from the YMCA. Again. So she's like, I really think you should get a vasectomy. So anyway, I looked into it. A friend of mine got one. And he's like, afterwards, his balls became the size of oranges. And it's like, shit, if they're going to shrink, I ain't doing it. No way. And my wife complains about me, but I treat her way better than the way the Taliban guys treat their chicks. They get no credit for it. She's always complaining about how long I take in the bathroom. She's like, what are you doing in there? Why are you taking so long? What she doesn't get is that we get something, when we get something out of it when we go to the bathroom. Don't we, guys? Don't we, Mike? We get something out of it. I think it's God's way of compensating us men for us getting nothing out of it when a woman sucks on our titties. I never know what to do when a woman's sucking on my titties. Should I be stroking her hair like I'm nursing her or something? Hush, little baby, don't you cry. And I'm always afraid all that sucking is going to turn them into real titties, with the big nipples and the huge areolas. That would make for an awkward day at the pool, wouldn't it? I'd hate to have that confrontation with the lifeguard. Ma'am, either put your top back on or leave the pool. So anyway, so some of our friends are getting themselves some corrective surgeries, like, boob jobs. My wife actually got Botox. I wasn't supposed to mention that, but some of our friends are actually getting themselves tightened down here. Have you guys heard about this? You heard about it, right? I don't know who's telling these women that their vaginas are too large, but from my experience, women are a sensitive group. I'm afraid to confront my wife over the brand of cereal that we purchased. So I'm certainly not going to suggest that her vagina needs corrective surgery. I wouldn't care if I had to shim the thing with door stops. I'm not complaining. Because I don't want that bright light of genitalic inadequacy shining back on me. That's a bright light. Besides, to do the surgery, they got to get your measurements. I don't like people knowing my waist size, okay? So I don't want my wife's doctor, a dude, coming after me with his tape measure, to get my size. I don't think I'd make a very good showing. I'd rather just, at home do it and just kind of like, measure at home and figure it out and just write it on a piece of paper and hand it to him later. The doctor would be like, I'm sorry, sir, but fucking huge isn't a size we can work with. I'd be like, well, hell, the ladies sure haven't had trouble working with it. It's like, actually, one has. That's why you're here, remember? Oh, yeah. That's right. So anyway. Hey, our counselor told us, have you guys heard this? That an affair can actually save a marriage. Have you guys heard this? Have you heard this, married people? You have it? Mike was telling me about it earlier. He was talking to some waitress about it, I think. Yeah. But anyway, it turns out my wife's been working on our marriage on a full-time basis. She has. You know what? I don't want to lie to you guys. I've actually worked on my marriage too. I hooked up with an older gal, kind of a cougar for guys my age. A senior citizen. Hey, Bernice is a great gal. She really is. And you know what? She just showers me with gifts. She does. Unfortunately, they're usually clothes from her dead husband's closet. Still. And every birthday card and holiday card has money in it. And Bernice thinks I'm a stud because I can carry my own cafeteria tray. And I'll tell you this much, people, I am the badass of that cafeteria. The other day, this old dude tried to steal Bernice's dessert. I was like, hey, drop the stewed prunes, Vern. Yeah, you better keep rolling, man. But you know what? Bedtime takes forever, with a senior citizen. They've got, does it? It's getting the cucumbers on the eyes, the face creams and stuff. I mean, Bernice thinks I'm a fussy young man, but I've got to maintain my youthful glow. But sex with a senior citizen is a real time saver. I mean, I can go down on her and suck on her titties at the same time. But I gotta be careful, because I can literally fuck the shit out of her. So we got any parents out there? New parents? Are you guys new parents? From Bernice to new parents, anybody? I'm talking to you people. Are you guys parents? You are? How old's your child? 3. Wow, you're a new parent. New parents are the worst. They really are. I mean, they're always bragging about their kids. They're like, our Jimmy's in the Good Eaters Club. He finishes all his green beans. Yeah, congratulations. And they're like, and our little Timmy, when we change him, he reads the diaper package back to us. And so what? My daughter did that. I mean, she was in the 4th grade at the time. But still. And my dad shouts out all sorts of obscenities when I'm changing him. And you don't see me bragging about that. And I'll tell you what, changing a Korean War vet's diaper is a lot tougher than changing some baby's diaper. It's like, who had liver and onions last night at the VFW? Daddy had liver and onions last night. Yes, he did. Okay. Guys, that is my time. I am out of here.